voted best newscast.
New at 10. Crews removed the wreckage of the small plane that crashed into a neighborhood in Waunakee. They loaded it onto a flatbed truck tonight and hauled it off. It's typical for an aircraft to be moved off-site so investigators can get a closer look at it in private. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brandon Taylor.
And I'm Amber Noggle. The plane crashed in a residential neighborhood around 1:30 this afternoon.
It left 2 people hurt and a neighborhood shocked.
We have a small plane, maybe a Cessna, that landed on Knightsbridge at Kingston Way. It did hit one vehicle.
It went down around 1:30 this afternoon. 2 people on board had minor injuries and were taken to the hospital. Police say the pilot reported engine trouble and tried putting it down on Knightsbridge Road. Now, when it landed, the plane crashed into a minivan.
New tonight, Grace Alch spoke with the owners of that van. Grace?
Amber, families involved are still a bit shaken up, but everyone is safe. Knightsbridge Road is cleared up for the most part, other than a few things crews can get to, like this sign as you see behind me, and they say the rest, that can wait until tomorrow. Scott Larson says the minivan that was hit by the plane was one of their family's 2 cars. He says he was at work when his daughter called him and said, "Dad, you need to come home. The van just got hit by a plane." He says news like that doesn't register right away, but one of his coworkers was kind enough to drive him home. Larson says pulling up looked completely different than it usually does, with first responders crowding the street, the area taped off, and the FAA on their way. Larson says he was still in panic mode when he first arrived, but when he was told no one was seriously injured, he was able to take a breath.
It's a blessing that there wasn't any kids out, that there were no cars coming either way, that nobody got hurt, because on any other day, this whole road is just bustling, especially during the summer. So it's a blessing and a miracle that nobody else got hurt.
Larson says, of course, it's a stressful situation to be in, and he's feeling anxious about all the steps that come next. But the most important thing that he keeps reminding himself of is that he, his kids, and his wife are all safe. The only things damaged in a crash are all replaceable. Larson and his family are in for the night after a long few hours of watching cleanup efforts. He say he and his family are wishing for a very quick recovery for the pilot and their passenger. Live in Waunakee, Grace Alch, 27 News.